Hi everybody, my name is Julie and you're about to watch an awesome video about The Walking Dead. It's going to be so great if you love The Walking Dead. Also spoilers. Hi, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Glee Kills Punk, and I'm going to do a quick video about why I like The Walking Dead. This weekend I emotionally supported my old roommate moving out. He gave me this couch, we gave each other a hug, it was really nice. This weekend I pretty much binged the last season of Walking Dead. I believe that's season 11. And just to show you the Walking Dead swag I have, oh, this is definitely gonna have spoilers straight up, so don't watch this if you haven't seen any of the Walking Dead straight up spoilers. Giving you 5 seconds to bail, there will be spoilers. Okay. So here's my little, this is The Walking Dead, this is Glenn. This is my little memorial to Glenn when Negan bashed his head in with a bat. I had to stop watching for a couple years after that, like straight up, it was too brutal. And I love Glenn. Okay, what I did this weekend is, like I said, it was sort of like emotionally supporting my new roommate, but I basically binged The Walking Dead on Netflix. The last season, I've seen all of The Walking Dead. I think overall, like, it's not a perfect show, and it used to be it was considered event television, like everyone would be talking about it and that kind of thing. And then I do think when they killed Glenn, that kind of, I think they alienated the audience, and like the audience bounced for a little bit, but then I think we all came back. And anyway, so overall, I would say that the show is a pretty good show. It's not a perfect show, but it's a pretty good show. So I would say I would give, depending on the season, I would give the show like a B to A plus, depending on the season. That's how I would do it. This season gets an A plus, this season gets a B, that's how I would do it. But for the last season of The Walking Dead, I would give it a grade of A plus 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 plus. It was so good. Alright, but I'm going to keep this video simple, and then if people like this video, I guess I can talk more about The Walking Dead. I can talk about it all day. I made my computer wallpaper, I made it The Walking Dead. I made it my 3 favorite characters. My 3 favorite characters are Carol, Daryl, and Rosita. Those are my favorite characters on The Walking Dead of all time. But there's so many characters on The Walking Dead, and they're all super cool. And obviously, I like Glenn. But in Walking Dead terms, we lost him a long time ago. It was so sad. Like, anyway, so I'm going to talk about, like, thematically, like, why I feel like The Walking Dead is good. And then I'm going to do this pretty quickly. But I think season 11, I'll get to season 11 because I thought it ended very solidly. I think they did a good job of ending The Walking Dead. I cried, I felt emotions, I felt hope, I felt scared because it's zombies, it's a show about zombies, so yeah, great show. Okay, there's 3 things I'm going to say thematically why I think The Walking Dead is a powerful show. The first thing is, I feel like The Walking Dead presents the problem of how to fight. So what I like about The Walking Dead, it's like, let's say the entire country has been taken over by zombies and there's only a few survivors left. And I do like also that the zombies were slow walking. I like that. Although a nice development in season 11 is the zombies started climbing, like slowly, but they started climbing. They started getting like a little bit smarter, and I think that makes sense. After 10 years, like, you could see a zombie picking up a rock and anything to get to the zombies like to eat flesh. So they're just trying to get to the flesh, right? So, or people. A powerful thing is, The Walking Dead, it does a good thing of, the question it asks is how to fight. You should always fight in life, so to speak. You always want to fight for your happiness, fight for your whatever. But the other thing is just how to fight in general. And the conundrum is when you're watching The Walking Dead, the lead characters are mainly good people. Each season they encounter a villain. So the zombies are always in the periphery, but they're always a problem. And then there's like a group of good people, that's the leads in The Walking Dead, and there's always a villain, and it's a group of bad people. And they always have to fight the bad people. That's pretty much each season, right? And each villain presents like kind of a different dilemma. But yeah, one of the things it brings up is like, hey, if I was in a zombie thingy how would I fight? And another thing they bring up is you might have to compromise yourself a little bit because you're in such extreme circumstances. But so it's sometimes you're watching The Walking Dead and you're like, what would I do in that situation? Because sometimes they have to make big decisions, or tough decisions. But I think the biggest thing that thematically that The Walking Dead teaches is to fight for your life, fight for a happy existence, fight for good stuff. So I think that's pretty powerful. The Walking Dead teaches you metaphorically to fight, like fight the bad zombies and live a good existence. Okay. The second thing I like about The Walking Dead is it presents the question is like, what would you do to like survive? And it's similar. Fighting is this, but surviving is more like you have to learn how to hunt or farm or fish, or you have to find a place to live. Who would you ally with? So another good question that The Walking Dead presents is, so what would you do? You always got to fight, but what would you do to survive? And that's another dilemma where when it's the good guys versus the bad guys, you see how much the bad guys have compromised themselves, and it's like, whoa. But the other thing I like about The Walking Dead is it's just, I don't know, the circumstances are so extreme, you just don't know what you do. I mean, I feel like I'd be a good person, but I also feel like the way they presented The Walking Dead, you'd have to fight and compromise yourself a little bit because you're always against zombies. But yeah, the second thing I like about The Walking Dead is it presents a good question of what would you do to survive, And I think sometimes you got to do what you got to do to survive, and that's just how it goes. So sometimes that's how life is. You just gotta decide on the best decision with the options that you have. The third thing I like about The Walking Dead was, and they really went into this on the last season of The Walking Dead, is how would you build after something as bad as a zombie apocalypse? How would you build the future? And so the enemy in The Walking Dead season 11 was classism. And I was like, that's fascinating. And I have a book here. I haven't read it yet. If I have it, yeah. This book was only like, $1, but it's called Class Matters, and it's all about the New York Times, the acclaimed New York Times series on social class in America and its implications for the way we live our lives. Yeah, and I thought I need to read it, and it was only $1, but anyway, it goes into class stuff. But anyway, so what happens is our group of the zombie apocalypse go through. I never really thought about this, but they bring this up in season 11. The zombie apocalypse has created equality. It's created financial equality. And I was like, never thought about that. But yeah, that's right. So basically, there's no classism because everyone's just equally trying to survive and fight zombies. So, but the group of people that we know and love in The Walking Dead, they encounter this city called the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth is basically a city, and in the city they've reestablished classism and they've reestablished a hierarchy in a way that's not cool. And it's fascinating. So in order for the main characters to go into the Commonwealth, we've known them as all equals for 11 seasons. All of a sudden they go into the Commonwealth and they get divided by class. And that's fascinating. But because it's The Walking Dead, they're trying to make the Commonwealth just like it was before the zombie apocalypse, which you can't do that because it's different now. So, because it's The Walking Dead, fast forward, 24 episodes. But, the zombies breach the city, the Commonwealth. And I loved it. It was Daryl, one of my favorite characters. It's Daryl who was like, to the main character, she was a woman, a diplomat, a congresswoman who's very classist. But she said she didn't think poor people have any value, or middle class people, and that's evil and horrible. But Daryl says to her, he's like, you're trying to make it like before, and it's not going to work that way. She's like, and that's fucked up. It's not going to be like before. The zombie apocalypse has created equality. I never thought about that before. I was not expecting The Walking Dead to take on classism. I really wasn't. I was like, what? Is The Walking... Usually the enemy is just like a bad guy, you know what I mean? And it's good. But the bad guy in Walking Dead season 11 is classism? What? Cool. Okay. I thought the way they wrote it was really good. I really like Rosita, so spoiler alert, but when she passed away in the last episode, I was crying. I was like, no, not Rosita. Any other character but Rosita. Or not Daryl, not Rosita, not Carol. Those three characters, I was like, just keep those three alive. But we lost Rosita in the show. The actress who plays her is fine, which is good. That's why I have on my desktop, on my computer, my wallpaper is a memorial to Rosita, the character Rosita, and I also have Daryl and Carol because they're my three favorite characters on The Walking Dead. But yeah, like I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting The Walking Dead to. They took on universal health care. I was like, okay, Walking Dead, I see you. Oh, and there's this part in the Commonwealth where there's this very ambitious politician, and there's different communities around the Commonwealth. But basically, this politician, in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, wants to colonize the other communities. I was like, colonization? Is The Walking Dead taking on colonization? I was like, what? So I just like, this is fascinating. So yeah, why would you want to go back to the old ways? Like, yeah, it's like, that's so weird. So this politician guy, he does take over the communities. The Commonwealth has its own flag. He puts his flag on the two communities he stole, basically colonization. I was like, damn! Like, this show, I felt like the show got really deep. I wasn't expecting that I love The Walking Dead. I just wasn't expecting that. So I loved it. I actually could watch it again, season 11. So, but anyway, but that is to say, like, the villain is classism, and they defeat classism. And I love it. So they establish, they reestablish the Commonwealth, the other two communities. The other two communities are no longer colonized. Can you imagine colonization during a zombie apocalypse? That's bananas. Okay. They defeat classism. They defeat colonization. They establish democracy, like legit democracy, in the Commonwealth and the other surrounding communities. Daryl rides off into the sunset. That's Daryl. But I think they're saying these characters might get their own spin-off series. I'm totally okay with that. I'd love to see these characters again. Carol, Daryl, and I don't know, a prequel with Rosita? Oh my god, I was crying so hard about Rosita. I love Rosita. Okay. Walking Dead is a great show. I totally recommend it. Look, some of the seasons do get, I don't know, they kind of drag or whatever. So if it's streaming on Netflix, you can just fast forward. But because like it's 11 seasons. But season 11, the last season was on point. I didn't fast forward at all. I watched the whole season and it was fantastic. So, and the acting was superb. So, Ezekiel, I love Ezekiel, great character. Hats off to you, Walking Dead season 11. It was fantastic. It was interesting. It was good. Walking Dead was a great show. I think one way or another, they could always keep doing the Walking Dead stuff. I think there's 2 spin-off shows already, so good show. So yeah, Walking Dead presents the conundrum of how to fight, how to survive, and how to build for the future. So great show. I totally recommend it. Hey, I'm Julie, and here's a promo, and you can check out all my stuff below on my website. Thanks so much for watching, and watch The Walking Dead. It's on Netflix. Okay, love y'all. Bye. Yes, so subscribe and check out my awesome website right here. You can subscribe subscribe, ring the bell, click all the buttons on this site page thingy. Also, check out my website. You can see it right here, juliecurstudios.com. If you join my email list, you get immediate access to a free mini course, Productive Creativity, how to finish your creative projects faster. You also get a really cool worksheet. You can learn from my mistakes. If you join my email list, you also get immediate access, not immediately, but you do get access to coupons where you can get everything that's on for sale on my website at a discount. So yeah, that'd be super awesome. If you can check out my website. I also have Instagram. I have the podcast thingy. I do that more regularly right now. And I'm on Instagram almost daily. All right, so check out all the good stuff. This is a chance for you to experience the awesome. Thank you for being so awesome. Bye.